So good morning. Good morning and welcome. We're starting the first few sessions. We're easing our bodies into this. Pilates may be new for a lot of you, and so I just really want to focus between now and the end of December on the basics, the foundations of what mindful movement is from my perspective. So we tend to go through, we as people in general tend to go through life, and we're working through the subconscious mind. That means we start patterns and we have behaviors and we have systems that we don't think about. We probably generally wake up in the morning and we do the same thing day after day after day. How we brush our teeth, how we decide what clothes to wear, how we make our breakfast, and we go through the motions. And that's because if we had to think about everything all the time, it would be utterly exhausting. But when it comes to our body, we've created patterns and we've developed these ways of moving our body that are lazy. And this happens as we go through time. If you look at a toddler, they've got this amazing posture with these amazing curves in their back, and they are not holding their shoulders up towards their ears or slumping over, protecting their hearts. They're here to embrace the world. And that's what I want for you guys again, because our body represents our mind, and our mind is going to impact our body. So some of the philosophies that we're working with is elongation of the spine. As much space, if you can visualize, between each vertebrae as possible. Opposition in the body. So when we're doing our moves, you're really reaching through the limbs or the arms or the neck to create as much space and opposition as possible. We're bringing the mindfulness back into the movement. So what I'd like you to do, I'm using my towel. I've got very, very short and like tight hamstrings from some of the other activities I do. So I do like to use props. Form is more important than how many repetitions you do, and more important than anything. If you're going to do repetitions of anything and you have poor form, you're imprinting those messages into your body. So I'm sitting on a little rolled up towel here just to bring my sits bones up. And that's what I want you to focus on. I want you just to cross your legs if it's okay for you. And I want you to have connection with those two sits bones, those bones in your bum. I want you to have connection with them on the towel. So really feel them. And then from there, I want you to create that space in your spine. So imagine space between each vertebrae and lifting up through your head to create the space in your spine. But there's the opposition in there. There's the lengthening in there. And now I'd just like you to inhale, palms up towards the ceiling, but rotate your shoulder blades down. So you still have space between your ears and the top of your shoulders. Nice big breath. Exhale, palms down towards the floor. Inhale. The rotation is all in the shoulder blade, not in the tops of the shoulders. Inhale up, creating the space, and exhale down. And one more. Just waking up our bodies. Great. Now I'd like you to take one hand, put it behind you, and put the other hand over to the side, and you're still reaching up. So I could go like this, or I could go like this. Reach and create the space in the spine as you rotate. Nice big breath here. Exhale, come back to center. Nice big breath at center. Exhale and twist. Inhale into space. Exhale to center. Inhale into space, and then exhale with your movement. You go at your own breath now. Remember the opposition. Keep your sits bones on the towel, reaching through the head and breathing in the space and moving through the exhale. When we're all back at center again, we're just going to put one hand down on the mat, palm down, and again, we're reaching up through the head as we do a side stretch over. And breathe into the space. Nice big inhale, open up those ribs, and exhale, back to center. Let your other arm float up. Nice big inhale, and exhale, back to center. Let's do that one more time on each side. Inhale, your arm floats up and over. And now I just want you to walk your hands forward and stretch out your back. Have your head in alignment with the rest of your spine. So you're reaching the top of your head away from your tailbone. And then walk your hands back up. Restack that spine nice and straight. There you go. Do you already feel a little bit more energy happening in those shoulders? Great. I'm just going to move to the side so you can see me better. You're going to be, I'm still sitting on my towel. Your legs are as wide as your mat. And you're reaching through your heels. I'd like you to take your hands and place them behind your head so your thumb is right at the ridge of the skull here. You're not pulling, but you're supporting your head so you can rest your head in your hands and your elbows are out wide. From here, I want you to inhale to prepare, reaching through those heels still, reaching up through the top of the head. Inhale and rotate so both sits bones are still on the towel to one side as you exhale. Inhale here and exhale to center, all the way to the other side. Inhale here and exhale all the way. One more each side. Reaching through the top of the head, reaching through the heels, connecting with the sit bones. When you come to center, have your arms come over to the side. They're going to be facing out each direction. From here, you're going to twist and you're going to saw off your pinky toe with your pinky finger. So saw up, then rotate, saw up, then rotate. And one more. Come to center. Circle your hands up and over, and you're going to have your arms facing in front of you, palms together. And now I want you to bend forward at the waist, but keep your arms parallel to the floor. So your head is in the same alignment as your spine. So your head will come down, but your arms stay parallel, and stretch out that back. Take a nice deep breath. As you exhale, stack your spine, one vertebrae on top of another. Inhale here and exhale. Bend forward. Nice big breath. And exhale, stacking your spine, one vertebrae on top of the other. And let's do that one more time. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, pull that belly button towards your spine to roll forward. Inhale. And exhale, stack that spine, one vertebrae on top of another. Excellent. From here, I'm just going to move my towel. Support your feet on your mat. You're going to have your hands come behind your body. Your fingers are pointing towards your tailbone. So I don't want your shoulders up like this. I want you to lift up through your spine. If this is available to you, I just want you to inhale to prepare and exhale and stretching out that front body. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lifting those hips up and coming back down. If this is not available, just continue doing your forward flexion. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Feel that stretch between the upper shoulders and the front. We'll do 3 more. Really have connection with the palms of your hand. Great. Your feet will come in front of you. Nice straight back. I want you to imagine that you're a fruit roll-up and we're unwinding you. So your hands are in front, the shoulder blades are down. You still have that opposition. You're going to tuck your belly in because that's where the fruit roll-up is starting from. And you're going to roll all the way down in a nice controlled fashion. You're reaching through your heels, you're reaching through your hands, your spine is coming down, one vertebrae at a time. Your hands will come up towards the ceiling and circle around to come down by your side. Awesome. From here, I'm going to look at my notes. Okay, let's bend our knees. Excellent. And what I want you to do is adjust so that your shoulders are down the mat. There you go. And your ankles are underneath an angle from your knees, right here. And you're going to inhale. And when you exhale, you're going to curl up the tailbone as if it says Velcro. This is Velcro. You have to really peel it up, or peel like a banana. So peel your tailbone up, one section at a time. And I want you to reach through your knees as you continue rolling up all the way into a bridge. You can feel your bum right now. Your bum should be engaged, but you should be nice and loose across the top, across the chest. Take a nice big breath here. And exhale and peel back down, one vertebrae at a time. So you're reaching through your knees, you're reaching through that tailbone, and everything's coming down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale here, exhale, roll. Exhale through the movement and keep that opposition through your body. The next time that you roll up, we're going to all meet there. So inhale, exhale. I want you to stay in this bridge for a moment. And I want you to drop your right hip down 1 inch. So you're going to go on a little bit of an angle. If you have any fusions or any issues with herniations, you may not want to do this and just go straight up and down. But for the rest of us, let's drop our right hip down 1 inch. And as you roll down, imagine being on that right side of the spine. All along those erector spinae, you're massaging up and down those areas of your spine. Keep that right hip down a little bit, and as you come up, massage the opposite way, up along the one side of your spine. At the top, come back to neutral, and then drop the left hip about 1 inch. Nice big breath. Exhale, come down the left side of the spine, massaging all those tight muscles. Inhale at the bottom, keep that left hip down 1 inch, and roll back up. Inhale at the top, and we'll do the right side again. One more time on each side. And then come down the center. Bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a little shake. Excellent. Extend both legs onto the mat. Circle your arms up above your head again. Down in front of your body and bring one knee up so that you can hold behind your thigh. Your other leg, you're reaching through. I don't know if you can see on the video, but I'm reaching through. My legs on the floor, but I'm creating that opposition by reaching through my heel. If that's too hard for you because you're tight, then reach through your toes. So I'm going to reach through my heel here. My shoulders are down my back, so they're not crunching up towards my ears. And you're going to just extend, reaching through the heel of your bent leg, and then flex. Extend and flex. Keeping the thigh and the knee as stable as possible. So all the motion is just coming from the knee joint. And two more. Now take your hand on the opposite hand on the knee, pull it over, keep both shoulders on the floor, extend your hand, have your head follow the extended hand, and do a spinal stretch. Breathe into this. Feel your spine opening up, creating space. Great. Come back to neutral. That same leg, place it over the other thigh, and then lift up for a figure four stretch. One more big breath. Let that leg come down. You're holding on to your other leg, and then we'll start flexion, extension. From the knee, reaching out through the straight leg, through the heel. Great. Take that knee, pull it over, keeping both shoulders on the ground. Extend the same side arm and have your head follow your hand to get that spinal stretch. Some of you may feel it all through in here. Great. Put that ankle over top of your other thigh. You can reach through and give yourself a figure 4 stretch. Excellent. Let that go. Both feet are back on the mat. Hands are down by your side. And then what I want you to do is the fruit roll up is being unrolled now from your head. So you're not flexing your neck because the fruit roll up is a nice connection. So one vertebrae at a time, and you're going to lift your head, and you're going to lift each vertebrae one at a time. So please notice there's space between my chin and my chest. The rotation is actually coming from my abs. From the top, take a nice deep breath. Exhale, and have your arms come with you over your head. Your shoulders are rotating down your back. Inhale here. Exhale, rolling up. Reach even further at the top from the shoulder blades. Let's do one more. Great. From here, we're going to roll over onto our side. Lift yourself up into a Z sit. So I have one knee back and one knee forward. In this position, I'm feeling a little stiff today. My knee that's back, my sits bone isn't connecting with the mat, isn't connecting with the floor. So I'm going to pull out my little handy dandy towel again. The connection is really important. What it does is it creates a closed circuit. And so it tells your body that you're safe. When we're in space in any way, that our body's getting the message that we're unsafe and we're not able to keep our form as well. So I'm going to put the towel underneath my sits bones here. So now I have connection. Now I have something to focus on. So because I'm tighter on this side, I'm really focusing on that opposition through this hip, and I'm pushing down on that side. If you've had knee replacements or hip replacements, this position doesn't work for you. Feel free to sit in a chair for this stretch. Feel free to cross leg or legs forward, whatever you need to do in your body to feel comfortable. And so from here, we're going to bring our hands out to a T. Remember, shoulder blades stay down. We're keeping the space in here. And you're going to reach over and you're going to come to the side, take a nice big breath, and then you're going to rotate forward. Nice big breath. Unrotate. Or just, is that a word? Unrotate. and then you're going to come back over. That hand is going to come down to the mat. This one is reaching over, creating that space, and then rotate. Nice big breath. Straighten out and reach over to the original side again. We'll repeat that. So go over to the side first and then rotate. Come out of it and then over to the side. Then rotate. Unwind. And over to the side. Let's switch leg positions. Take your towel out and just notice if you're using one. Just notice, oops, and that easy. If this side has more connection or less connection, and feel the difference between the two sides. I just did leg day yesterday, so both my sides are tight. So the towel is going back in, and I'm focusing on this elevated side. My focus is getting the connection there, keeping the space as I go through the mermaid moves. So we're going to go over and then twist. Out. Allow your arms to float over to the other side. The twist is a separate movement, so you're not twisting in the side overs. Great. When you're done, see Tracy, you're back to center. Great. We're going to turn over and we're going to go onto our stomach. So when we're on our stomach, I want you to imagine right at your belly button, there's an ice cube. And you don't want your belly button to get frozen, of course. So lifting up that bottom section of your abdomen. So it's that little, I'll show you here. I have my palms on my hip bones here, my ASIS, and my fingertips are on my pubic bone. And there's a little diamond here. So my belly button's up here. So I'm below that. So this little diamond right here. And so I'm going to be referring that to a lot in the classes. We call it our diamond. This diamond right here, I want you slightly, I don't want you to like, because that's not helping anything. It's creating more imbalance and tightness. I want you to just imagine there's a 3-pound weight on the diamond and it's pulling your stomach, the diamond, towards your spine. So I go here, we're not doing this, where I'm changing the angle of my back and everything's moving. I'm just bringing the diamond in slightly towards the sacrum here. And this is the same sensation that I want you to have when you're lying on your tummy, when you're lying on your tummy. I want you to bring that diamond up and engage it. That's actually your transverse abdominis. And that's a main stabilizer of your core. So your legs are going to separate to be mat distance apart here. Okay. Your hands are beside your shoulders, right here. And I want you to to start with, put your head, your forehead on the mat, and I want you to take 3 great breaths. And while you do that, you're creating the opposition in your body. So you're reaching, I'm reaching through my toes, and I'm reaching through the crown of my head. My shoulder blades are coming down my back, and I'm creating opposition, and I'm stretching my spine. My diamond is engaged. Now from here, I want you to keep going with that opposition, and I want you to reach the top of your head out so that it actually comes up a little bit. So you'll notice my neck did not bend at all. There's none of that, and there's none of that. It's completely in alignment with my spine. And then come back down and relax. Take a nice big breath and just relax. Opposition, reach through your toes. Shoulder blades down, reach through your head until your head starts floating up. The spine is in complete neutrality. And hold it for just a few seconds. And then come back down. I'm reaching with so much intention through my toes, my legs are actually lifting up off the mat as well. One more time, nice big breath to prepare. Exhale, reach, 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 reach. Now, can you reach so that your arms straighten? I can't quite get straight because I can feel my back bending, and we do not want our backs bending. And then come back down, keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. Excellent. We're going to go one more time here, as far as you can go where you still have integrity. Now look over one shoulder. Straight ahead, and look over the other shoulder. And back down. Whichever shoulder you looked at first, start with the other side this time. So up you go. Look over one shoulder. Neutral. Other shoulder. Neutral. And back down. And now just push yourself up into child's pose. Bring your bum back down to your heels. Forehead on ground. Use your props if you can't do this. Use your towels, use your pillows, use what you have to get into a nice comfortable position here, opening up your hips. Walk your hands to one side to get a side stretch. Walk your hands back to center. And over to the other side. Sorry, I didn't finish my thought. And then back to center and see if you can get down a little deeper into the stretch. Excellent. From here, push up onto your hands and your knees. We're going to do some cat-cow. So again, your diamond is engaged. Even when you reach and you're going to be extending, your diamond continually stays engaged. I don't want anybody's bellies flopping down. You can see if I flop, it creates a hyperextension in my lower back, and that creates injuries. So keep the integrity with your diamond. I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Forehead comes towards pubic bone, and really get this lengthening throughout that spine with flexion. And then exhale and reach your tailbone and the top of your head away from each other. Shoulder blades are down the back. And you're creating a stretch. Inhale, up. Exhale, reach, 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 reach. Inhale. And exhale. Excellent. Come back. We're going into the same position that we started with today. So if you're sitting cross-legged, and I can feel in my body even that I don't need my towel now. So however you started, I actually want you to cross your legs in the opposite direction. So it feels, it's just not as natural. This is the mindfulness where where all of this is, but this is a really good way by switching how we do things normally, going from that subconscious mind into the conscious mind, where we're deliberately creating new patterns that are going to serve us better. The more we can practice things like that, the more we can take that entire philosophy to other things in our life where we're just kind of going through the motions and we're not really present, and maybe it isn't for our best interest. So it's bringing more awareness into our bodies, into our life, into our choices. So we're sitting down, we're going to reach up to the ceiling, shoulder blades down, palms together, creating that space, pushing down through those sits bones and reaching up through the top of our head. Nice big breath, and palms back down on the sides as you exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. As we're finishing up this morning, I want you to think about, just think about one thing that you can celebrate about yourself, not about anything on the outside world, but something that you can celebrate from inside you, in your own heart today. Maybe just showing up. That's a wonderful thing to celebrate. I thank you very much for joining me. Please